welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is, it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock on Tuesday. It's time for a Magic News. Now, this is where I take all of the news that's happened over the course of the week and I bring it to you. Now, there is a ton of stuff happening right now. This always happens in the run-up from kind of the end of the summer through to the end of the year. There's always a million things going on for a few different reasons. First of all, it's the start of sort of convention season. We're regularly worldwide getting conventions, magic conventions, from now all the way through to around about November, and then obviously we then pick it up again in January with things like the Session Convention, things like Blackpool, as well as a ton of other conventions all over the world. So conventions are really popular, but also dealers are kind of gearing up for a lot of big releases. Christmas is a big time of the year to release magic through for dealers, as is January. It's kind of a really big thing in January and February for the Blackpool Magic Convention. And let's not forget Black Friday. We've got Black Friday coming up, and a lot of dealers release some of their biggest products at Black Friday. You know, companies like Vanishing Ink and Penguin Magic are always bringing out some of their biggest hitters around about that time of the year. So right now, this is an exciting time for Magic News. The point I'm trying to say to you is if you've got any magic news that's coming up, it could be a little local convention anywhere in the world, or it could be something huge. If you have any news, please let me know, because I want to know about it and I'm going to tell it to the rest of the world. Now, with that all in mind, I'm going to get into it this week. There's quite a lot of stuff to talk about. So without further ado, we're going to get into this week's Magic News. Okay, you'll have to excuse the fact that I'm looking down at my phone to do this week's Magic News. I'm literally having to do this very last minute. It is currently 5:13 in the morning, and I'm shooting off to do a series of gigs today. And the Magic News has to go up tonight, so this is the only time that I'm going to have to be able to do this. So sorry, I'm looking on my phone. I'm not in my normal studio. Hopefully that won't affect things. But we're going to get straight into the Magic News, and I have my list that I've been making over the course of the last week. And first of all, there's a couple of really big conventions that are happening this weekend. And the first convention we need to talk about is the South Tyneside Convention. Now that's happening from Friday, the 17th of October, which is this Friday, through to the Sunday the 19th of October. South Tyneside is huge. It has been going for a very, very long time. I was there last year lecturing. I had such a great time. I'm going back again this year with my kids, Ryland and Thea. Ryland was performing on the gala show this year. We're going to be there just hanging out this year. Ryland is on the Tricked Magic booth, which is Alex Jesson's magic company. Ryland's going to be demming on that, and I'm going to have Thea helping me dem on the Magic TV booth. But there are a ton of things going on. Let me just read some of this stuff out for you that's going on at the South Tyneside Convention. First of all, on the Friday night, they have a family show. So they have a huge family show with some incredible acts. On the Saturday night, they have a gala show. Then they have a ton of lectures taking place over the Saturday and the Sunday. There's an exclusive kind of dealer event on the Friday night where dealers are going to be talking about some of their best tricks. There's a load of stuff going on, an absolute load of stuff going on. Let me read some of the names out here. Jackie Yu, who is obviously one of the biggest names in social media right now. Ben Hart. I mean, I don't think I really need to say anything about Ben Hart. The Oberons, Mark Oberon and his wonderful partner, who have been making names for themselves on the circuit, doing their two-person telepathy act. Ruby Ferez, who became very well known a little while ago, bringing out the Ruby Cup through Illusionist. Kay Dyson, who's known as Miss Direction, saw her perform earlier this year. Billy Reed, who's this? Tom Brace, and obviously Matrix Illusion, who I consider to be probably the best illusion act working in the world today. They're going to be performing twice on the family show and on the gala show, as well as doing a lecture. And having spoken to Alex, the lecture is going to be absolutely incredible. So that's going to be the South Tyneside Convention. I'm going to be there. They've got a bunch of dealers, including Magic TV. So if you want to hang out, you want to say hi to me or Ryland or Thea, then the South Tyneside Convention. It's taking place from Friday through till Sunday. And that's the first convention that we've got going out this weekend. Okay, another magic convention that's going out this weekend, or another magic convention that's happening, is Hallusion. Now, I'm not going to go through the lineup of Hallusion, mainly because I have gone through it many, many times. I've been promoting this convention basically since they first announced it. But Hallusion is obviously taking place in Hull, hence the name Hallusion, and it's taking place on the 12th of October. The 19th of October. So it's taking place this Sunday. So you kind of have to pick which one you go to, South Tyneside or Hallusion. They've got a incredible lineup, but one thing that they've got that they've just added, a last minute addition to the lineup, is, and this is huge, they've got Sam Strange from Young and Strange. Now, Sam Strange is an incredible performer and usually goes out as part of the double act, Young and Strange, who literally have performed all over the world and are about to go back on tour on the Champions of Magic tour in the US for like 3 or 4 months. Well, Sam has been working on a new manipulation act for quite a while now, and if you listen to Talk Magic and you listen to the interview that I did with Richard Young, you'll know that Sam Strange has been working on a new manipulation act. Well, I believe he's debuting it at Illusion. So that's going to be very, very exciting. If you want to, but as I say, Sam is an incredible performer, and if there's something he's spent a while working on, it's going to be good. So if you want to see what he's been working up, and you want to check out a brand new convention, then you can get tickets directly from their Facebook page. Just go onto Facebook, type in Hallusion, and you can get tickets directly from there. It promises to be a really great convention. Right, I think we have to talk about the Magic Circle Awards Night, because obviously Sunday just gone, a couple of days ago, the Magic Circle held their Awards Night, which was a plaque tie event, and anybody went to the headquarters in London for what they described as champagne, canapes, black tie, an incredible night of magic celebrating the best of British magic. And when the Magic Circle decide to go all out, they really go all out. I've already spoken many, many times about how the events team have been hitting it out the park, and recently, in the last couple of years especially, the Magic Circle has really raised its profile, both amongst the magic community and amongst the general magic populace as well, and really the general public. More people know about the Magic Circle than ever before, and I know this from going to gigs. And in the last couple of years, everybody brings up the Magic Circle, and there was a period of time where that didn't happen. And we have to thank the Magic Circle for that, because honestly, anything they're doing to promote magic is helping every single magician around the world, whether you're a member of the Magic Circle or not. And you can obviously join the Magic Circle. Well, they had a show on, and I've got the names here: Morten Christian, Jans Frisch, Artem, I can never say that, Shushunik, Harry Merlin Piper, the Young Magician of the Year, and obviously Matrix Illusion. They're everywhere, aren't they, at the moment, Matrix Illusion? Absolutely everywhere. Well, apparently, I wasn't there, unfortunately. I was actually over at the Magic Bar in London, but apparently it was a huge, huge, huge success. Apparently, it went brilliantly. Apparently, the show went fantastic. Everyone had a wonderful time, which is great. But they gave out some awards as well. And just briefly to let you guys know what the awards were that were given out. First of all, Juan Tamariz won the Devont Award for his contributions to international magic. I don't think you can argue for a second that Juan Tamariz should deserve an award for contributions to international magic. The David Berglas Award for originality, creativity and showmanship went to Penn and Teller. Again, can't really argue that they should win an award for showmanship and creativity. What's interesting is for many, many years, Penn and Teller was shunned from the Magic Circle. The Magic Circle refused to let them in because of what they considered exposure. And then recently this year, they did let Penn and Teller in, showing that they've kind of relaxed their stance on exposure in the kind of the wider circles recently, which is great, keeping up to date with modern times. And it was great to recognise that even more by giving Penn and Teller an award. Let's see who else. We've got Duncan Trillo received the Masculine Award for his dedication to British magic. And again, I don't think there's anybody else who could deserve that more than Duncan Trillo. If you don't know who Duncan Trillo is, incredible performer, but really for the last, I don't know, 25 years, has been running Magic Week over here in the UK, where every single Saturday he brings you the news. So if you don't want to see my face, go to Magic Week and you'll be able to see what Duncan does, as well as several other websites that have helped over the years professional magicians and children's entertainers get more gigs. Those that know, but yeah, definitely an award, a deserving award there. The Carlton Award was presented posthumously to Wayne Dobson for his contributions to comedy magic. The only thing that surprises me here is Wayne hadn't already won that. If there's anybody who should win an award for contributions to comedy magic, it's definitely Wayne Dobson. It's a shame it wasn't given to him when he was alive, but that posthumously is better than nothing. Wayne is or was one of the finest comedy magicians in the world today, and still the blueprint that you study if you want to learn how to do comedy magic. So that's definitely well deserved. The Eddie Dawes Award went to services. The Eddie Dawes Award for services to magic literature went to Fergus Roy. I have to be honest, I don't know much about Fergus Roy. I am aware of some of the publications and some of the things that he has been involved with, and based on those, I can see why he would be a deserved winner. Matt Pritchard won the Chapender Award, given to those that make great contributions using magic beyond pure entertainment. If you've been following Matt Pritchard, you'll know that he has been combining magic with very, very cool optical and science experiments. And really kind of making it more known to the general public. So that's definitely a well-deserved win. The Cecil Lyle Award for the best article in the Magic Circular in the past year went to Laura London, Stuart Scott, and Charlie Burgess for the Sophie Lloyd story. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about there, the Magic Circular is the magazine for Magic Circle members, and the Sophie Lloyd story was something I talked about earlier this year, and it concerns the first female that was allowed, well, not really allowed into the Magic Circle, but she dressed up as a man to be able to get into the Magic Circle. And there was a big article on what happened, and eventually Sophie Lloyd got brought back into the Magic Circle for a one-night only event and became a member. It's definitely a story, if you don't know about, that's worth looking into. I talked about it in the past on Magic TV. It's a very, very interesting story, and I can see why that won an award as well, because at the time that's all everybody was talking about. And then finally, silver wands were awarded to services to the Magic Circle itself, and it went to 3 members. The first 2 went to Catherine Rhodes, who over many years served as secretary and vice president of the society. Rodney James Piper, chair of the Live Events Committee, who Marvin said consistently strives to push the Magic Circle forward using his experience, flair, and professionalism. And the third went to Charlie Burgess, the Society's media advisor. I've worked with Catherine Rhodes, and she was brilliant. I didn't work with her. Ryland worked with her on a show, and I was teching Ryland's show, but I had nothing but wonderful experiences of her, and I got to see her show, and it was absolutely fantastic. Rodney James Piper, I mean, the guy's a dynamo. I said earlier on how the live events have really stepped up and then some, and Rodney is really the driving force behind all of that. I've said for many, many years that him and Mark Bennett are probably the 2 people that are responsible for helping more magicians get a career as working magicians in this industry than anyone else. And Rodney gives so many opportunities to so many magicians over in Salou at the Chamber of Secrets, the House of Secrets, and has done for years and years and years. And now he's using that same experience and that same drive to help the Magic Circle, and the Magic Circle are benefiting, as is magic as a whole. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And Charlie Burgess, I don't really know him very well, but I've had a couple of dealings with him, and it's been nothing but positive. Great, really, really great awards. Congratulations to everybody that won an award at the Magic Circle, and here's to next year's awards dinner. Okay, huge news that's absolutely worth talking about is the Blackpool Magic Convention. So, the Blackpool Magic Convention this year, as you know, because we've talked about this before, the Blackpool Magic Convention is over 4 days this year. And I've already started to announce some incredible names for the very first day. So, originally, for many, many years, the Blackpool Magic Convention was just running over 3 days. Well, originally it was just 1 day, then 2 days, then 3 days. For the last God knows how long, it's been running for 3 days: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, it's now running for four. That's right, it's now running for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And they announced earlier this year some of the acts that were appearing on the first day, just kind of really to make a statement to let people know the first day is going to be incredible. And they announced some great names like Banachek and Hans Klock and Richard Sanders, to name but a few. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, how is the rest of the convention going to be able to, kind of keep up with this quality of acts? Well, a couple of weeks ago, Blackpool announced that they were going to start announcing the acts that were going to be appearing at the 2026 Blackpool Magic Convention. And that has started. And they've announced a couple of things that's going on at the moment, and that is ridiculous. So first of all, they've announced the headlining act of the Blackpool Magic Convention 2026, who is none other than Criss Angel making his first UK appearance. Now, this is huge for a few different reasons. It's huge because obviously Criss has been a Las Vegas headliner for God knows how long. Criss has literally been performing at the highest level over in Las Vegas. His show was a phenomenal success over in America, and really kind of put magic on the map. But on top of that, he doesn't really do conventions. He doesn't really appear at magic conventions, and yet here he is appearing at the world's largest magic convention. Now, a couple of interesting points to note about this. First of all, according to the official announcement from Blackpool, he's going to be doing a TEDx-style mega talk, a meet and greet, and he's also going to be the head judge for the one. A couple of people in comments on various different Facebook posts said, I was expecting more than just a TEDx-style talk. I was expecting a lot more. And Russ Stevens, who is obviously one of the co-runners of the Blackpool Magic Convention, said, it's going to be way more than just a talk. So I don't know what it's going to be, but I do know that Russ does not ever overpromise and under-deliver. It's always the other way around when it comes to Russ Stevens. He always overpromises. He always under-promises and over-delivers. So if he says his talk is going to be way more than just a TEDx-style talk, I 100% believe him. And also, Criss Angel has a bit of a reputation. He has a reputation for being big, being bold, going big, and kind of being spectacular. And I don't think that's going to change coming over to Blackpool. I think he'll be coming over to Blackpool to make a statement. And it's very, very exciting that he's going to be the headlining act. That's wonderful. Excuse me. There are other acts as well that have been announced as well. Adrian Vega, now as a magic reviewer as well as a creator and YouTuber and whatever else I do, I can tell you that I am constantly reviewing Adrian Vega effects. He brings out so much magic. He is going to be appearing at the Blackpool Magic Convention. Adrian Vega is going to be one of the star lecturers, which is amazing. And then another person who's going to be there with his one-man show is Aaron Jones. Now, Aaron Jones has become one of the biggest names in magic with his rock star magic show. It's something that everybody talks about. He's the darling of the fringe. His show sells out, obviously, as we know. He's had TV appearances. He has been huge, and he is going to be performing that show at Blackpool, which is very, very exciting. So those are the three names that have been announced, but they're promising more new announcements all the time. The other thing, obviously, that they've announced is the One is back this year, which is very, very popular. I think that the one competition from last year was one of the most popular parts of the 2025 Blackpool Magic Convention. Well, the one is returning again next year. So everyone that enjoyed it this year, brilliant, it's back again. And if you don't know, you can apply to be in the one. All you have to do is send your applications into the one, and you never know, you might get picked to be at that competition where you can win. I think it's £30,000 and a trip or a performance in Las Vegas or something like that. There's a lot that you can actually win by winning the one. And also they've announced a Family Entertainer of the Year competition. Now, this wasn't on last year. They had a break last year. And instead of the competition, they had a Family Entertainer show where some of the previous winners over the last few years appeared on the show together and performed in the show. Great idea, but it's nice to see that the competition is back again this year. And Eric Leclerc, who was incredible, who's an incredible performer, is back to host that competition. So you can also apply to be in the Family Entertainer of the Year by simply just sending in a video. Go onto go onto the Blackpool Magic Convention Facebook page, and you'll be able to see exactly how you can submit to become a competitor in that competition. But yeah, I mean, there's an awful lot happening at Blackpool 2026. I'm going to be there. Tickets already booked. Can't wait. Hopefully, I'll see you there. Talking about the Blackpool Magic Convention, something else that's a little bit of a sneak peek that's good to know is that every year on the Monday, for people that are still there on the Monday, the Blackpool Magic Convention, have kind of an official after show, and it always takes place at the House of Secrets. And if you don't know, the House of Secrets is owned and operated by Russ Brown, and it's one of my favourite magic venues to go to. And every year on the Monday, they have a show in the evening. It's kind of the official after show. Well, it's taking place again this year. So this Monday, this Blackpool Magic Convention on the Monday, if you're still around and you want to get tickets, you can come to the official after party. I'm definitely going to be there. And the reason is they've got My Kids Magic and Mischief performing in the second half. There will be a first half as well. And, that act will be announced soon, I imagine, but the second half will be Magic and Mischief performing their brand new Illusion show. So if you want to stick around for a day after the convention, you want to stick around in Blackpool a little bit longer and see, and if you aren't magicked out at that point yet, then you can stick around and you can watch an incredible show. Okay, now this is a rumour, this is unsubstantiated, but I've heard that Blackpool Magic Convention are going to be mixing it up a little bit this year, and they're going to be announcing a brand new event. Now, I've been sworn to secrecy, so I can't say what that event is, but it is something that I believe will really excite every single close-up worker that's at that convention. Like, genuinely. It's something that could involve everybody that's going to the convention. They could literally be a part of this, and it's something that I think will be very well received. I can't tell you exactly what this is right now because I don't think it's been finalised. I've been told what it is, but I don't think it's been finalised. I don't think it's fair for me to tell you exactly what it is until Blackpool have announced it. But one thing that Blackpool do have a habit of doing is constantly trying to change the game and constantly trying to, if there's any convention that could rest on their laurels, it's the Blackpool Magic Convention. Let's be honest. They could literally be doing the same thing, and I don't think it would be too much of an issue. But they always try to change it up. The perfect example is the one that we spoke about earlier. Having that as a competition and bringing that out of nowhere, and it's been incredibly successful and popular. Well, this thing that I've found out about is like the one, but for close-up magicians and creators. And I think that if they manage to pull it off, I think it'll be one of the most popular events at the convention. So I can't really say more other than the fact that if you've ever considered yourself a decent performer or if you've ever considered yourself a decent creator, then this is something you absolutely want to be involved in, because I think this could change the game. So, sorry to be so cryptic. I promise you I will announce more when I'm allowed to. Okay, I have to bring some sad news. Unfortunately, I've just found out that Keith Bennett has passed away. Now, for those of you that don't know, Keith Bennett was a incredibly successful dealer in the UK. And I remember going to Keith's shop. Keith had a shop in Birmingham. I remember going to Keith's shop religiously and buying books and buying tricks and I remember buying Dream of Alchemy from Chris for the very first time at his shop, and that's something that I performed for many, many, many years. Keith had a very, very, very big sort of range of coin magic, so that's why I kind of was drawn to him. And he was an incredible coin magician as well. A lot of people don't realise how good Keith Bennett was. Very active in the BMS, the British Magical Society, and the Wolverhampton Magic Circle, and was a mainstay at almost every single magic convention. You couldn't go to a magic convention without seeing Keith Bennett. Unfortunately, Keith has passed away. So rest in peace, Keith, and you will be missed. Okay, a little bit of news that's been sent in to me in that Tricked Magic, which is run by Alex Jessen and Kelsey, who are obviously part of Matrix Illusion. They also run Tricked Magic, which is, they launched at Blackpool 2025, and in the last 7 or 8 months have become huge. They are releasing magic. They are bringing magic into the UK that you really can't get in the UK unless you go to Tricked Magic. And they are at every single magic convention. In fact, Tricked Magic has 2 booths going out this weekend. They have a presence at the South Tyneside convention, but they also have a booth at Illusion. I mean, they are literally everywhere. Well, it's just been announced that at the IBM British Ring convention that took place in September, they won Dealer of the Convention. And if you haven't checked out the Tricked Magic website, please do so, because not only did they sell really cool tricks, not only did they sell really cool items that you wouldn't see anywhere else, including some incredible stuff for stage magicians and kids magicians, as well as close-up magicians, but they have a huge range of art as well, original art that's been done by Alex Jessen that's just amazing, and it's on mugs and it's on coasters and magnets, as well as framed as well. It's definitely worth checking out their website because they are amazing. But yeah, congratulations for winning Dealer of the Convention at the IBM this year. 2 more little pieces of news. First of all, I get people asking all of the time, how can I learn to get more done? You know, people ask me about time management all the time. I get so many people saying, Craig, you do so much. How can you do so much? Well, if you really want to find out, and that's something that really interests you, you might want to go and check out my friend Nemid Phoenix's YouTube channel, Magician Levels Up. He's been running this channel for a while now. I've talked about it on Magic TV before, but it's a YouTube channel dedicated to Nemid leveling up in every aspect of his life. His health, his career, his business, his magic, literally everything. And it's a combination of vlogs and kind of updates on how he's doing with his journey, as well as interviews with various different people that he thinks can help give advice both to him and the people that follow his videos. Well, this week I went on and he asked me to tell him all about how to become more productive, how to manage time more efficiently, and how to get more done in a day. And the interview, which goes just over an hour, I literally break down everything I do on a day-to-day basis to make sure that I get more done. So if you want to know all about that, if you want to know how I get more done, if you want to know more about productivity, if you want to know more about time management, all you have to do is go onto YouTube, type in Magician Levels Up, and when you get there, you'll be able to find out all about what my personal philosophy when it comes to time management. Okay, I have to give a big shout out to the Magic Bar Live in London, where I've been this weekend. I had a longer trip there than I actually intended, but it was fantastic. And while I was there, I got a chance to hang around in the bar. I even got a chance to do a bit of close up, as well as watching my kids, Magic and Mischief, perform on the stage there with their illusion show. I've been to the Magic Bar Live probably 3 or 4 times now, and it's one of my favourite places to go. First of all, Llandudno is a beautiful place, but secondly, the Magic Bar Live is wonderful. Now, if you didn't listen to my interview a couple of weeks ago with Chris Williams, who, along with his wonderful wife Claire, runs the Magic Bar Live, you really should go and listen to it, because Chris is one of these people that just gets it. He loves magic, and his the most important thing to Chris is promoting the art of magic, and he does that with the Magic Bar Live beautifully. It's very much a family entertainment center. You're not going to see X-rated material or anything like this, which is why it's perfect for kids. But they have some of the best acts in the world coming and performing there on almost a nightly basis. So you've just had Magic and Mischief perform to a sellout crowd. In the next couple of weeks, you've got Mark Oberon, you've got the Oberon, sorry, you've got Jackie Yu, you've just had Mark James come on there a couple of weeks ago. Like the level of acts they get are fantastic, as well as having their resident acts as well. So Chris performs there very regularly. You have Jake Gatling perform there very regularly. You also have Oliver Bell performing there very regularly. And if you haven't seen Oliver Bell's show, you really should go and see it. Ollie is a very, very good magician, very good close-up magician, and really an exceptional stage magician as well. And I've watched him grow over the last couple of years into just a really wonderful act. So the stuff that sorry, the Magic Bar are doing is great. And every Friday they have this thing called VIP Encounters, which is where basically people come into the Magic Bar and they get to see close-up magic. And they have a bunch of magicians there performing close-up magic around the tables. And a lot of the people performing close-up magic aren't pros. They're people who are from the North Wales Magic Circle, and they basically are given the opportunity to perform to real people in a real performing environment. And that is such an amazing thing to offer to magicians, because it's very difficult to find a space where you can learn your craft and get flight time. And the fact that Chris does this every single Friday is wonderful. So I want to give a shout out to the Magic Bar Live. I want to give a shout out to Chris and Claire Williams and all of their team. And if you ever find yourself in North Wales and you want something to do, go check out the Magic Bar Live. And the food is amazing as well. That's worth noting. And especially on a Friday, as I say, a Friday is VIP Encounters. Now, I'm going to play you a video now, because like I said, Claire and Chris booked Magic and Mischief on the Saturday night, and that was wonderful. I might be able to get you a video of that at some point soon, but they did the Saturday night show. Along with in the second half, the first half was Emma and Harry Williams and Thomas Maloney and Macaulay. Oh my gosh, Magic Macaulay, great act. You're going to see a lot of this young man moving forward. Fantastic, phenomenal act, really good, really, really good. And then Magic and Mischief were in the second half, and it was a sold out show, and they killed it like they always do. But on the Friday, Thea did her first close-up gig. She went and did close-up magic all night. She went to every single table, and she performed close-up all night. Now, I know a lot of people that watch this channel, they follow Ryland's career, and they follow, because they've seen Ryland grow up from a little 6-year-old on the review show all the way up to where he's almost a teenager now. Well, his little sister's got some chops as well. And it's, why she performs on stage as often as she does. But she probably gravitates more towards close-up magic than Ryland does. And so I just want to play you a video of one of her performances from the Magic Bar Live. This is her doing a sponge ball routine at one of the tables. She went around every single table and did not miss one. Proud parent. So shout out to Magic Bar Live, and here's a video of Thea performing close-up magic at the last VIP Encounters. Okay, very, very quickly before we finish, let's talk about some of the things that I've seen coming out in the next week or two. This is stuff that's already out. This is stuff that's that's on the dealer shelves right now. But this is not a review. I haven't reviewed it. I'm basing what I'm about to tell you on the ad copy and on the trailers. Very quickly, let's run through a few things that I've seen. First of all, Twisted Minds have bought out a blank range of cards, which I think is a brilliant idea. I actually have got these, but I haven't looked at them properly yet, but I will be reviewing at some point soon. They're double blank cards, and they've got Mirage decks, handmade Mirage decks, handmade Popper decks, and handmade long and short Svengali type cards, all with double blank decks. Why nobody has thought about doing this before, I don't know. This is a brilliant idea, and they are very, very well made. Also just come out is Super Cards Across by JT Magic. Promises it to be the best Cards Across ever created. 10 cards are handed to one spectator, 10 cards are handed to another spectator. Somebody thinks of a card or a couple of cards and 3 cards, and they jump into the other packet. And apparently the displays are super clean, and it is incredibly self-working. I love Cards Across plots, so this is something that I'm very excited about picking up. Also, Murphy's Magic have brought out the Hand-Picked Astonishment set, specifically Thumb Tips by Joshua J. So they've teamed up with Joshua J from Vanishing Ink to bring out the definitive guide to Thumb Tips. Everything that you needed to know about Thumb Tips but were too afraid to ask. Josh is going to go through technique, loading, stealing, absolutely everything, as well as a bunch of routines. And as a bonus, you actually get the props to do the bending button, where you reach into your pocket, you bring out a button, and it bends in your hand right in front of the spectators. You know, Thumb Tips are amazing, and the more resources that we have for Thumb Tips, the better. We also have Feng Shui by Vanishi. Now, this is apparently their version of CCC, Charming Chinese Challenge by Troy Hooser. And apparently you get 2 sets of coins in here and 2 routines. The first routine is a version of Triple C that uses an extra coin. And the second version is a version of Triple C that uses a shell instead of the extra coin. And you get all of the gimmicks to perform all of the routines, as well as the tutorials and everything. I'm going to be interested in this. Of course, I love coin magic, but I've seen many, many variations on Charming Chinese Challenge, and I always do the original because nothing comes close as far as I'm concerned. A lot of the gimmick versions that have come out are just really, they've not been as good, if I'm being completely honest. And I think it's like trying to swat a fly with a submachine gun. Now, this might not be the case. This might be absolutely incredible. I'm definitely going to get it. You'll find out when you see a review, but it looks very, very interesting, and the fact that it has all those coins with it is great. Also by Twisted Minds, we talked about Twisted Minds earlier on. They've brought out Incredible Revelation tattoos, which are real tattoos, or not real tattoos, fake tattoos, but they look very, very real, that you can put onto your skin that will allow you to do various revelations of playing cards. I got my own tattoos, don't need them, but I know how strong a tattoo revelation is. I do routines with my tattoos at every single close-up gig. So if you don't want to go down the actual channel of getting real tattoos, but you still want that impact, this is something that you might want to look into. Also, SFX by Penguin Magic. This is hosted by Eric Tate. It's a gimmick that you can palm. They're being very clear in the trailer. A gimmick that you can palm that can make it look like you can play various tunes on glasses. You know, almost like glass, whatever it is. You know, when you put your fingers around a rim and you make noise, it allows you to make it look like you can play various different songs. It comes pre-loaded with a load of songs. It's got really high-powered speaker, and it's very, very small to palm, so it really looks very deceptive. The trailer shows you almost like a live performance, and you can see people freaking out. I don't know anything else beyond that. I know that there's versions of this that I've seen before. It will be interesting to see what this brings to the table. That's SFX by Penguin Magic. You've also got Second Thoughts, Memoirs of a Mind Reader by Richard Osterland. Now, Memoirs of a Mind Reader is Richard's latest book. I've always been a huge Richard Osterland fan. Now, this is a book that's not about tricks or psychology or theory or anything like that. This is a book that's specifically just about what am I going to say? Yeah, it's specifically just about Tales from the Road. It's about stories that have happened to him in his 50-plus-year career. I love reading about people's stories. I think this will be great, and I bet Rich Jocelyn's got a ton of them. So that's going to be a very cool book, and you can pick that up from all magic dealers right now. So there you go, guys. That is the next. That's it. That's the magic news for this week. Thank you once again for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow with a review show with Ryland. I'll be back on Thursday and Friday with a bunch of other videos. So please make sure that you stick around. If you have any news, please drop it down below, and I will get to it as soon as I can. I'll be back next Tuesday with another magic news. Until then, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to join the Netrix. It's my online streaming platform for magicians. Another 5 tricks are dropping this week. That's the netrix.com. I'll see you again soon. My name's Craig, and this is Magic TV.